Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching EXPOZ, March 7, 2011, and it is 17 minutes after midnight in Birmingham. Topic today, who should we fear? Terrorists or us? And I'm going to tell you how my weekend has gone. I have spent this entire weekend just studying, and it all started out when several nights ago I recorded a show on a Christian network where Chuck Missler was teaching the book of Daniel, and I recorded that. And then another show was teaching the book of Revelations, and I watched that one. And then I went back to Missler again. But then some of the things that he said made me believe a little bit more of what Alex Jones has been saying. He's like a conspiracy theorist. And then thinking about, wow, Alex Jones kind of said these same things. Well, and then I got thinking, heck, I heard the same thing weeks ago from Jesse Ventura. Now, let me tell you who these people are. Chuck Missler is an ex-federal government employee, branch chief of guided missiles. Very intelligent man that loves the Bible and loves God. Alex Jones, I don't know his past, but he's a talk radio host, and he's a conspiracy theorist through and through. Now, Jesse Ventura, I don't know his past other than he's an ex-wrestler and good at it. Big old fella that'd kick your butt really quick. Also ex-governor of Minnesota, and now he hosts a show called Conspiracy Theory. Well, a combination of all these things, and then I don't even know who said this, but I made notes because it was really interesting. The America that you and I know is over. And this is who I wish I had written a name down, but I didn't. He said, listen, and I agree, listen to 80% of America call for our President Obama, do not do these things, do not make these changes. And he's like he's got a hollow head or either no ears. I mean, because his changes are destroying America. Now, by hearing this from Chuck Missler and then reading the facts themselves from Obama, upping the amount of money they want to give Planned Parenthood, upping the amount that they want to give in support to gays. Wow. You know, America's not going to be judged because of gays. America's not going to be judged because of Planned Parenthood. America's going to be judged because we didn't do anything about it. That's how we're going to be judged. We see them happening, and we've not done anything about it. So this, again, made Chuck Missler's show sound much more interesting when I put these together. Going back to Alex Jones, hearing some of the things he said. I mean, I'm not talking about, I didn't hear these things this weekend from Alex Jones and Jesse Ventura, but I heard them. And then Alex Jones, I saw him in a little clip with The View where he had all the women rattled. They didn't know whether to run and hide or what. And, but what triggered the whole weekend, what really, wow, got me for the whole weekend was I was sitting here listening to some music that I love, and it's some of the rock groups of the 60s. And even the, you know, if it feels good to do it, the hippie revolution of the 60s, and this included the Mamas and Papas. John Phillips, one of the originators of that group. I think Mama Cass and John Phillips was married, but maybe not, but I think so. Anyway, John Phillips, he wrote a song. I've never heard that song, never heard those words until today. It was today, the first time I ever heard that. I didn't even know he had wrote that. But a gentleman named Scott McKenzie took this song, said, I'm going to sing it because it's a tribute to John Phillips, and I love the man. I grew up with him. We were friends. And he said, I still wear my black and white penny loafer or tennis shoes because that's what John wore. And he told me, he said, oh, heck, they're comfortable. Just wear them. And anyway, in tribute to John Phillips, this is what this gentleman wore. And he sang this song, and it really blew me away. This song, and I will put the words on a future blog as soon as I can take time and write them down. This song speaks of America and warns us of what's coming by John Phillips 20, 30 years ago. The warnings he posted or the warnings he wrote in that song, they're here now. The very things that he said in that song, they're here today. This man had to have had some sort of vision in order to write this song, to get it and peg it and tag it with what we are living in and through today. And I'm going to run back real quick to the hurricane that hit Katrina, that hit New Orleans. 100,000 people locked up in a football stadium. One or two commodes, hardly no food, no water, and they would not let them out. The government would not let them out for days and days. They were imprisoned. If a few can imprison that many people, what can a few do to the rest of America? Especially that they're not hearing our cries, stop it. That bothers me. It bothers me in a major, major way. Now, hearing this song made me look back at some other things. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go back and look at some of the things that I did not agree with in 9/11. Okay? I can see the plane hitting the towers, both of them. I can see the plane crashing in the field. And I can see a plane hitting the Pentagon. But two things I do not agree on. The plane that hit the Pentagon was not a 747 or larger, and what crashed in that field was not an airplane. What hit the Pentagon, they could not find the wheels and engine. They couldn't even find a tail, and the hole that it made was about 6 times smaller than the plane. So how did that plane get narrowed down and shoved in a tiny hole? Because I saw the pictures before the building collapsed. And there was a 15 or 20 foot square hole in a 120, 30, 40 wingspan or a foot wingspan airplane with a 40 foot high tail. Where was the tail? Where's the landing gear? Those things don't get destroyed and burned up to nothing. They never found them. Where were the bodies? Getting riled up. I'm sorry. The plane that crashed in Pennsylvania. There was a crash there. Ironically, the same spot. Research it 20 plus years ago. But this time, where's the plane debris? Where are all the luggages and luggage? Where's the plane debris? And one more thing. There was an announcement at 11:15 that same morning that Flight 93, I believe it was called, landed at so-and-so airport because they had a bomb scare. Figure that. The same plane that crashed in the field landed somewhere else an hour and 15 minutes later. I don't know. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.